Okay, so the project for today, or tonight, is LED headlights. So right now we're cruising along with the low beams on, and it's pretty dim out front. It's not so bad if we go high beams. They actually work pretty well. These are halogen lights, but when you're on the highway and passing cars and things, a lot of times you're on low beam and they're pretty dim. So we're hoping that some new lenses and LED headlights will make it much better for nighttime driving. So that is the plan. All right, well, as a reference shot here, we've got a view of the front of the coach, and this is on the low beams, but just an idea of what these look like compared to the LEDs that we'll look at afterward. I'm probably 30 feet away from the coach, and so we'll see what this looks like in a little bit with LED lights. All right, so I want to talk a little bit about the LED light bulbs and housings that I got. I wanted to keep a very stock look to things, and so I got these glass lenses. So they've got a nice glass lens, they've got metal in the back, and have a very factory stock look to things. So I didn't really want to get ones with a halo or different LED patterns in them or anything like that. I wanted something that was going to look pretty much like the original headlights or the halogen headlights. Now these ones, I'll link the brand in the comments. These ones are actually a European model, and I think they are basically the European equivalent of DOT certified. And so they're not actually DOT certified, so depending on what state or province you live in and what the inspection or requirements might be, you might want to make sure that you get some DOT rated headlights rather than the European style. I think where I live, this is going to be fine. They look fine as long as I don't have them adjusted too high and blind people. I think that'll be fine. So that's the housing. And then for the LED bulbs, I chose one that basically just had good reviews, and I wanted one that didn't have a big heat sink on the back, and I'll show why here in just a moment. So the lens, move things to the side here and put down a rag so I don't scratch up the lens. The lens has a little keeper in the back, and then this bulb, you want to be careful not to touch the LED portions of the bulb, but the bulb only goes in one way. So when you find that one way, the tabs are different sizes, so that then you can clip the bulb in. And so now this is pretty similar to what the original headlight is. I have the LED bulb here that'll plug in, and the new housing. These also come with a kind of weatherproof cap that goes on the back, and this is a super tight fit. And so what I found worked is to turn it inside out and put it on and kind of pull it out and twist it a little bit to get it to fit down over the back of the headlight, that LED bulb housing. And once you get it kind of pushed down, then snap that down, and seems to make pretty good contact, and I've got the connectors in the back there. So the next thing to do is just get this installed in the front of the coach. All right, so I'll take out the 4 screws. Now on our coach, one of them is broken, so I'll take out 3. Then there are 2 adjustment screws, and then it looks like 3 other flathead screws to take off the ring that holds the bulb in place. these are a little rusted. I think I'm going to need to put a little penetrating oil on these, so I'm going to try that. But really the next steps are to take the ring off, put the new bulb in, put the ring back on, and then there is a connector on the back. So this connector should plug onto my new back of the bulb. It looks like I may need to trim this a little bit so that it fits on the back of the new bulb with the housing. But I will we'll see how that fits once I get the new bulb installed. Okay, and here is a comparison between the old headlight on the right and the halogen or the LED light on the left. So it's kind of hard to tell in the video, but the LED light is much brighter and very white as opposed to the yellow halogen light on the right. And the high beams are also a huge difference. So I think this will make a good difference on the highway. And we'll do a little video of that here in a bit. All right, so we've got the LED lights installed and got much better light out front. The pattern is better. I also adjusted the lights up a little bit. Turns out they were a little bit low as they were set before. They were kind of pointing down at the road. So nice bright white and better pattern, a little bit higher. And so the high beam here. High beam is really bright. So great on the highway. And good at low beam too.